here. All right, the manifest. Go around. Minutes, we have to approve the minutes, the public and non-public minutes of December 3rd and December 15th. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on those minutes? Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye, sorry.
Okay. Okay, what did you have?
Usually we get that one, that and that. It's supposed to be a total on it, right? That, the bottom number is supposed to be the total, and it's just a duplicate of the top number.
That's a manifest.
Got an adding mistake. Hold on. You can delay that. like
Okay.
before.
Okay.
Thanks, Wayne. I'll get the gold star for you.
And I do have, I don't know, I was going through these other things here. I have a couple questions. I don't know where you would like me to put that in the meeting when we talk about it on
You wanna do it under financial?
another financial. You want me to talk to the, ask you about?
If you wanna do those are on the ones that, yeah, if you wanna do that under my report.
Okay, sounds good. I was just wondering what, yeah.
Perfect.
Any citizens' comments? Anybody online? Patty, I see Patty online. Nope, okay. Moving on. Student presentation robotics.
Hi, those of you who don't know me, I'm Mark Phillips. I teach the robotics course for 7th grade, and we should be getting the presentation up there momentarily. Okay, it's going to provide. I'm going to try to provide a brief overview of how the students are using the XRP Beta robot. That's one of these guys with an extended arm for uses. The focus is on hands-on learning, early programming skills, supporting STEM and STEAM. And in the beginning, we'll be using this, and basically we have some VEX V5 clawbots that are available for the second half of the course. Tonight's focus is going to be on the XRP. Okay. The XRP is a student-friendly robot designed specifically for classroom use. We were given 25 of them by the state. They are very simple. They're easy to put together, about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes put together. They do things such as distance sensing, line sensing, and lifting, plus track following. It is essentially designed for middle school, uses both Python and Blockly basic coding. It's tool-free assembly. These parts I can replicate on our 3D printers. So if one of these breaks, this at least can be replicated easily. The electronics are Raspberry Pi, which is a tiny, very inexpensive computer, microcomputer, and can run these with Bluetooth and USB. The first time we tried with Bluetooth, it was chaos in the classroom because everybody's, which one's mine? Which one's mine? Which one's mine? And most people fail to look on, being students, fail to look at the fact we wrote them on the bots themselves. And there is online documentation, includes a pre-made curriculum, plus pretty good, how to and how to bail yourself out of problems. Okay, next please. All right, what they've accomplished: they built, tested the robots. They've worked in good collaboration there, and we started doing some initial challenges, such as just having the robot go 10 feet, go and program it to do this. There's no joystick controllers with these. So program go 10 feet, go in reverse, then do a 180, go back and come back again. They also think, the next one, yeah. students have accomplished. Yeah, the next one there that they did was they had to plan out and have the robot draw their initials. These are very, I don't know if, well, like, if I take the wire out, you can see, they actually built in a spot for a marker in the frame. Unlike when you using the Vex product, which we tried last trimester, we had to have a claw to hold it. This kit comes designed with it. This is an example of what the programming would look like. The next challenge is having the robot try to play the first few notes of Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's a little tricky with one computer because you're going from one program to the next, and you have about a second and a half from starting this to being able to switch over to the virtual piano, which is what we use. Next. Okay, and this is, we didn't get the sound didn't come over with it, but this is basically what goes on. Next machine, please work. That's cool. Yeah. And it does generate it. The issues with the students are basically reminding them not to twist the arm on the servo. It will give, and we had to make these arms, by the way, were made with the 3D printer, the white arm, because we needed an extension for it to reach the keys.
Did they problem solve that, or is that something you told them?
That was something that I put together.
Okay.
They hadn't gotten to this part yet.
Got it.
All right, maybe I will have them try to create a finger to
Nice.
attach on the end, so it's a little less brutal. Okay. So the skills that are being developed, problem solving, engineering design, process, the idea that, oh, here's your problem. No, I'm not giving you the answer. I'm giving you the tools to find it. Keep going. It's not like a scientific method where it works or it doesn't work, you write it up. Here you just keep going until you have a solution. Okay. The alignment I did with the state's CS and National ISTE standards. Flip to those. From what I'm looking, well, they'll show up later. From what I'm looking ahead is trying to figure out more advanced programming. I mean, it's one thing, you know. There's limits, so I'm gonna ask them for ideas for programming. I may actually ask some of my older students to make recommendations for the younger students for this. You know, we've got the sensors in front and down. They should look familiar to you. It's the balance. And then moving on to the Vex V5 Clawbot, which would be later in the year. We have 5 of those kits, so it will involve a lot of teamwork. Actually, we have 6, but 5 are workable.
Okay.
No, first time we use them, it's like, you know, parts, they're tiny, they disappear sometimes. Okay, and get the next one. These are the standards that we have. And any questions?
I'm imagining the kids are having a blast with it. Once it gets working.
They're not used to having to problem solve on their own. They're used to read the old, pardon me, I don't want to offend it, but read, write, regurgitate. So problem solving is something that's totally new. A few kids have had issues with the idea that it's a challenge. But they, you know, when they succeed, it's amazing. I had a student, there was one student who came into class, and the student has had some difficulty adjusting initially. Once that student got their hands on the bot, they have been early to class. Meaning they're not they get there like first, they don't come before the bell. And they are amazing, and all of a sudden the student's out of their shell helping other students. And it's somebody that I didn't expect to see that happening. So there's definitely a benefit in this.
That's awesome.
If not, then anything else?
All seventh graders
This
in the
is-
VEX rotation.
This is seventh grade robotics.
Robotics.
I'm still too new to know the rotations
Okay.
yet. So I don't know if this is VEX, would this be considered VEX? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
all seventh graders will have
Yeah.
cycles through in all 3 trimesters.
I believe so then.
Phenomenal.
Yes, but I don't remember when, you went to a PD this year and got
Right.
those, that was
About-
during the first trimester.
Yeah, no, this was actually only about, it was the very beginning of the second trimester.
Okay, so first trimester, we didn't have these ones yet.
And they have in second PD that's going to be, I believe, online for all of us that were attended to provide them with questions and sorted other things. You know, I would like to know, replacement parts specifically.
Yeah.
Because they're kids. And,
Mm-hmm.
they said, when I went to the PD, they said, give them a box, give them a link to the video for instructions, let them go. Maybe I should have done a physical demo. So,
A lot of forcing things together.
yes, and it's tiny,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's like, and if you put you can get the wires in backwards, but then you have a problem fixing it. So I'm glad I over ordered. I request, what am I class, about 15, so I ordered 25. So we've got some backup with some spares.
You mentioned that you said it's hard because you only have one computer, but playing the piano. Are more computers needed in that for?
No, what I could do is just have the programming for this can run either USB or Bluetooth. So what I would do is have the kids share, their laptops. One has the laptop set up for virtual piano, and then the next laptop over is the program to run it. So we can, there are ways around that.
And promoting more inquiry is definitely what I'm hearing from you, that we don't want to just spoon feed information to kids and expect them just to give it back. We want to give them problems to solve, and
Oh, yeah.
keep coaching and pushing and supporting, even though they get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The interesting thing will be if I try to swing this over to Python. It's the program that we use, the Blockly program, does have a Python translator.
Yeah.
And when I've tried something like this before, students found it very, very difficult. Because they're used to, just drag it over
Right.
in a little bit. I believe that this one, there's, and it's something I could probably ask the company, if they've got Python blocks, which are the Python code, but in block, so the kid doesn't, or the student doesn't have to type it. It's the biggest thing is that error between, at least from my programming experience, when you need a colon, you hit a semicolon and you can't tell that you made a mistake on screen. So want to try to find ways that can ease them in a little bit more.
Yeah, it looked like this block code was a pretty much advanced version of Scratch, which came out of the MIT labs.
Yeah, every block code basically came out of Scratch.
Yeah.
So that's,
Awesome. Really, really great. I'm looking forward to seeing what we might have up our sleeves for next year.
see what we can do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
Thanks, Mark.
in.
Okay, thank you, folks. Have a good evening.
You too.
That is cool.
And flash drive.
Flash
Oh,
Thank you much.
Robust board.
Student board member items, Mr. Stebbins.
So,
Just been a work heavy week
Uh-huh.
with midterms coming up. So I think a lot of people are probably stressed with work and stuff. But like nothing's really been going on.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thank you. New board business. Budget development planning. We've developed a budget.
Developed, so awaiting further instruction and probably having discussion at some point about the warrant articles.
We need to do that soon,
Yes, I don't know. When we get
if not
that to you.
tonight.
I think we could probably talk about it now. I think it, and if it's budget development,
Right time.
yeah, I think so. Want to share?
Yeah, you took a picture, but
I
it
did.
wasn't working when I did it. So this morning we received a visit from Bob Hinsdale at the town, and he was able to speak to Nate, Dr. Ryan, and I regarding the paving of School Street and other. And as pointed out that there is a capital reserve of about 56,000 that would offset some of those costs. So he has the costs from the pavers, which the whole thing is lower than we received for just like one parking lot. And the town is going to be shouldering the work, a lot of the work. They'll be hiring the contractor and would be looking for us to come up with a portion. Now, it's kind of soup to nuts. It's all the parking. It's all the dirt lots. It's School Street itself. It's grading each end, I think.
Yeah, we'll be grading both, grading and setting the 2 dirt parking lots. Getting those ready for 3.5 inches of asphalt, 1 inch overlay on School Street, and all supporting parking areas all the way down through. The SAU road will be completely torn. We will tear, if this happens, we will tear that out from School Street all the way down here to this corner. And then get that built with more gravel, road builder, and then have that paved as well. This side's in pretty good shape, so we'll leave that the way it is. And then a little more parking over here, I think, right there next to the generator.
Yeah.
And that also included, we will be doing the painting after. We will do all the parking space painting, but it'll essentially fix everything on School Street and the SAU, and then get rid of the continuous maintenance with the muddy parking lots and potholes and beating on the equipment to try to clear the snow every storm, you know. In the long run, it does really put a thrashing on the equipment.
You bet.
And it's easier to get cleaned up at the end of the storm, and you come out and scrape it off and throw some material down, and you don't have puddles and mud and the whole 9 yards.
So after the offset of the capital reserve and taking out the town portion of doing just the School Street portion, because a large part of it is all of the other, it would be approximately anywhere between 60 and 75,000. However, we're looking at $77 a ton right now, which may go up. The number of trucks required might go up too, so we might have to get an additional one, and also have someone on site for
Grade foreman.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be doing the grading, but we're gonna, to ensure that we don't make a giant puddle. We don't do this every day.
Yeah.
To have a grade foreman come in and just zap it, and make sure that we didn't miss something, you know, but.
So we would be looking to a number of options. Do we put forth a $75,000 warrant article? Do we use money from the expendable trust? Do we include it as part of our operating budget? So these are kind of the things to bring forward to you tonight, and I believe Dr. Ryan and I were certainly in agreement with going forward and doing this next summer, next year, to have done, and any which way we decide to do it, it's definitely, I think, the right time to do it.
And the mobilization, the reason why it makes sense right now, in my opinion, and me and Bob talked about it after he came on, so with you guys, is that they're here.
Mhm.
And the seams will be hot when we pave, so when we build on to the parking lots, meeting the roads, you won't get those lovely cracks in them right where they meet and they blow apart, and we'll get a better life out of the asphalt. And asphalt does not get cheaper. So every time it's like, we don't put off our paving, we do our same amount of paving every year, or at least try to. Because whatever, if you put it off, it just gets more expensive, you know, so. I mean, obviously, it's never a good time, but I think it's, because we are doing School Street this summer, I think it is the time to definitely entertain the idea.
And the fact that the town is stepping forward to do so much of the work, and Nate will tell you, this is a fraction of what we're looking at for quotes if we were just to go outside.
And then we will be utilizing, I'm not gonna volunteer them, but I know they're going to, but it'll be Chesterfield, Winchester, and Northfield towns coming in to help haul. And the only trucks we should have to hire are the trucks from the paving company, which they usually do haul with us. But I mean, it's $140 an hour for a truck from the paving company, from where you buy the asphalt. You know, so for us to be able to borrow from other towns and utilize the equipment that we already have, we're gonna be able to shave a good portion of the money of what you guys are getting for quotes by doing that.
Huge.
Nate, anything you wanna add in terms of facilities perspective?
No, I mean, I have gotten, I believe I've gotten, I was just trying to look back through here, but I have gotten 3 quotes for exactly what we've talked about, except I didn't get one for the SAU road.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just, you can't beat the numbers. You just can't. Like, a single parking lot is more money
Mhm.
than what we're getting offered right now.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's just what, you know, and then, I mean, I'm just looking at it like we've talked about. We also, you know, like what Wayne has said, you know, we spend time maintaining all this stuff that if this was done, we'd also get that savings as well, where we're not spending time. And I'm sure a lot of teachers and a lot of parents would really appreciate that, because I'm sure they don't like riding the waves as they go to pick up their kids behind the elementary school. But I mean, it would save, not just doing it, it would make everything look much better, more presentable, but just save us a ton of time here. It'd be easier for you guys. It'd be easier on our stuff, just all the way around. It would, the initial cost, you know, obviously to do it, but it would save us long-term on so many other things.
And like I said, the equipment, the wear and tear on the equipment. I mean, when we hit springtime and we're plowing mud, last 3 winters, we've been plowing mud all winter.
Yeah.
We break a lot of things, break pins, pistons, you know, I mean, it's just, no, it's not that 75 to 88,000, but over the years of pounding and beating and, you know, and
Adds up.
it adds up.
What do we have in our fund right now?
Our budget.
I know I hadn't, I don't remember either.
It's over 100.
And the warrant article, would we be trying to get the 75 from unexpended funds, or are we just putting it in there? as
We
part of
could
the
do
budget?
that. You know, I don't know where we're gonna be without expended funds. I believe funding the maintenance expendable trust and the special ed, we were looking to do those from
Right, those are
unexpended
from-
funds. I won't know till well into February when I actually see where we are with our bills and go, okay, I have 4 more electric, I've got 2 more sewer, I've got, I literally average everything out to the best of my ability. And then like Gretchen and I reset, because sometimes you've got things encumbered, employee leaves,
Mhm.
you don't always go grab that back, you put the new employee in. So it's having to toggle the system, so to
Right.
speak.
Can it be written if there is funds available to use those, and if not, then it'll be, it'll come from taxpayers, for lack of a better.
You mean one
translation.
put in both options?
I'm wondering if they're within the article, if it can be written as
Don't know,
that.
Yeah, because it's
don't
actually,
believe so.
I don't know legally. yeah.
whether you raise and appropriate or you raise and appropriate from the unreserved or the unassigned fund balance,
Mhm.
they're actually different writings
Okay.
in how you write them up and how they're
Mhm.
actually viewed when you're in the DRA portal, so I don't know. I mean, I can certainly reach out to Kat to find out.
How about if we did like seven, if we, or looking at it this way, to do it with half of it coming from that and
That's
like,
my
you
next
know,
question.
how we break down the water and sewer. This number being voted to be appropriated, but being raised by that, can we split and do 35,000 or 40,000 out of the retained money, and then the other half of it be,
The expendable trust.
yeah,
Yes.
The trust?
yeah,
or-
yeah, the
okay.
trust, yeah, like split it, like
Yeah.
don't deplete the trust all the way down. So that number's more like 40,000 that we're looking at on the other side, and then 40. You know, with basically saying that this is money that's here already
Right,
For this purpose.
for this purpose.
right.
And one of the
Would be
things.
essentially two warrant articles at that point then,
Right,
right? They
one
would
of the
work
things
together.
you might want to do is not do the funding of the expendable trust this year. I mean, we didn't fund it last year, so, you know, we're hoping to fund it this year, but it's like, okay, you're gonna fund it,
And then
but then
take it out, right?
So whatever we decide, if it deals with the expendable trust, probably want to get rid of that if we're going to go for the expendable trust, because it
Yeah.
looks.
I mean, I would
But
like
if we
it,
did the expendable trust, wouldn't we just budget it into our budget at that point? We
You wouldn't
wouldn't do-
even need to, because you
Yeah.
guys have the authority to say, like, we could come to you, you hold a public hearing, this is what we're gonna do with the money, and you're named as the agent, so you guys decide how that money is spent.
and
It's
we,
just sharing it ahead of time.
Yes. Yep.
No, well, okay, I see what you're saying now, but I was saying with April, because she said we would have to put two articles in, but I would say at that point, we would just, most likely for us, I guess, just budget the rest into our budget, rather than putting it into an article, because it really wouldn't be that much. Right, we would be able to just put it in.
I don't like,
Or no?
yes, I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I don't like the whole adding a specialized project into your
Mm-mm.
budget, because I've seen when the police department's done it with cruisers, I've seen when other departments have done it, that people
People feel like it is,
feel like it, feel like, oh, you're just trying to hide it.
Yeah.
I do like to give them the opportunity to say, the taxpayers have the opportunity to say no, but I also think that this is exactly what like this expendable trust is for, and that's what we're trying to do. And it's not like we're doing something that a lot of people don't, I mean, gravel isn't getting any cheaper either. Hauling and gravel, people level it out. The mud being dragged into the school, I mean, everything, you add it all together, I think I would just like to see it not have an impact if possible.
Mhm.
It's,
Yeah.
110,338.50
I'm
is
sorry,
what's in that.
So
110,000.
338.50. That was as of June 30th.
is that the same fund we would use, like if the refrigeration went down?
It could be, because that would be maintenance. I mean, the refrigeration or those fridges are actually built in, so they are a building expense as opposed to like an add-on of some sort.
Because that was kind of my thought process, with trying to use other funds.
Yeah,
If we could, only because if we pay, we take the 75 out of the fund, that depletes the fund, obviously, and then the refrigeration goes, where are we getting that money?
that is where I would once again, as you know, the year before last, we withheld 50,000.
Mhm.
When last year ended, that went back to the taxpayers because we did not expend it. This year, we've withheld 100,000. If that is not expended, it goes back to the taxpayers. It doesn't carry over, it
Mhm,
literally, offset. I would be actually seeking to have the board do the same again this year. To have that as a buffer has been allowing us to bring the budget down and roll the dice, so to speak, on some of these costs,
Mhm.
because I've not bitten my nails as much as I have this year on the budget, and this is my 16th or 23rd year,
I said that
actually.
last year.
But this one,
Every year it'll be like this, fighting nails. So then my question becomes like, do we just take the 75 out of the fund then?
it could be the
And
easiest
then-
way.
And
Seven.
then, and then replenish it over the next couple of years, hoping the refrigerator doesn't.
Or what you could do is if you decide you wanna take that 75 out, it doesn't keep you from, if we have fund balance,
Putting it back
putting
in.
the 25,000 in this year so that you're already starting to put that money back in. So if you're, we put 25 in, that brings us to 135. And then you're taking the 75 out, that's 60 that you're still carrying forward, which certainly goes a long way with the freezer. Plus,
Right.
as I've said before, if I have fund balance, it gets carried forward in the food service accounts because you can only carry 3.5 months worth in there. Then I can take some out of that, it's an approved cost, just we have to submit everything to the state. That's not a hard thing.
The number we got on the freezer was somewhere in the area of 50,000, right?
That's for the box, but there's other things that we need, but it's gonna be, with the other things that we need to get done, we're gonna be aiming more for like 65, 70.
All right, so 65, 70, so that we would have, if we did the 75 out of the expendable trust, we'd have 35,000 left. We're dancing a little bit there
Right.
But
with
if you
that,
put the
but.
25,000 in, that gives you that 60.
Mhm.
And I could find 15 to 30, depending on state approval, but these are approved costs already. It's just, you have to give them everything.
Right.
It's like worst case
We would be
scenario.
able to do that out of the food service
Yeah.
lines.
Mhm.
Because they
That's all I'm
actually,
thinking about.
Yeah.
they make you spend the money if you have too much.
Mhm.
So, and I think we were $200 in the, you have too much, but they haven't come back and so.
Yeah, so really,
$200.
if we were to do fully the expendable trust, which would not hit the taxpayers at all, that money's already there.
Right.
It would just be the 25.
And then we would still be fairly secure for the most part if we had a catastrophic failure and we don't do an article for the freezer, we would still be okay. And at that point, if there was a catastrophic failure, obviously the plan is to move forward with that freezer. It needs to
Oh, yeah.
happen.
Right.
But at the same time, we're not shooting ourselves in the foot by doing this if we choose to. Completely.
That's what I was trying to make sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would like to try to do it as little impact
I,
to taxpayers as possible, so my suggestion would be to do the 75 out of the fund, request the 25 you put in, different warrant article.
Yep.
Voters can choose to do it or not at that point, and then, I would feel a little better about it, yeah.
Mhm.
Then the 56 and change from the town side is coming from a trust that was set up specifically for the paving of School Street.
Mhm.
So this is a improvement from both the town and the school side. There's also the opportunity and potential of using the whole fund. Where it's an impact to, a positive impact to the town
Yep.
and the school. That might alleviate some of that cost for us.
Yeah, we could look into that.
It means, obviously whatever we're looking at for the spring for whole fund, us shelving it for the following fall. Talk about that more. But I think the project is, the benefit to it, the impact
Yeah.
far outweighs any cost factor. The cost factor is so low. There's no way we're ever gonna get a price like that. Or the cooperation between the town and the school district on something like this.
Yeah, cause it looks like the whole project's about 145, so between the expendable trust and then the 56 from the already designed that account, that savings that we had put aside for that. We're doing a very big uplift, facelift, making it safer, really, in the grand scheme of things
Yeah.
out there. And getting rid of the excessive wear and tear on the equipment. I mean, I like it as long as it's zero impact. I mean, I'm sitting down here with Bob talking about it, I love the idea, I wanna do the project,
I know.
how much?
So what we can do is, we don't need to change the warrant articles at this point, as far as that goes. If we're gonna look to do expendable trust, as we move closer towards the time that we're gonna do that, we'll do the public hearing and basically state what we're gonna do.
I'm good with that.
And that gives us the ability to say to the town, we're moving forward, so let's look at kind of thing.
Mhm. Yep, yeah, cause we're getting on the books.
Yep.
To try, if we, upon approval,
Mhm.
we're trying to get on the books and hopefully have the job done before camp opens. Because
Sounds like early
obviously,
July.
yeah,
Your 4th of July weekend's coming.
no, listen, the town emergency's turned into that anyways. But yeah, no, we wanna, that's the goal. We already talked to the paper and said if this is a go,
Yeah.
we wanna do it before all the people for the kitchen and the extra kids are here. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of traffic on School Street.
Yeah.
And we really don't want the children there for that. Right. It's gonna be a lot.
Did the contractor tell you how long they thought it was gonna take?
It'll be roughly a week.
Week.
Bob was hoping,
Okay.
Bob was hoping 3 days. The paver was saying maybe a day or two more.
Mhm.
Which that bumped a couple of the expenses up, like the day or two more of trucking. But the main cost of it all is the $3,500 a day, which is the labor for the paving crew. They're a smaller paving crew, so they don't come with the huge labor charges, you know. They do good work and a big company could probably do it in 2 or 3 days. This company, you know, as long as we can keep the trucks rolling, we get all the help that we expect. I think 4 days we'll probably have it.
So, just so I can understand, is the town planning on just trucking everything for them to do the
Yes.
job, or are you guys helping them do the job at the same time?
We will be trucking. We will be doing the dirt work as soon as the last day of school. As soon as we can get to those parking lots,
Yeah,
we will be working on the dirt work. And then as soon as we get the dirt work done, we'll go get that and we get done rolling it, compacting it, Larry will be probably coming in the very next Monday.
Okay.
And we'll be starting probably 7 AM that following Monday. I mean, obviously, it's 6 months out, but that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And we pave until we're done paving.
Yep.
As long as the hot top plant's making asphalt,
You guys are paying?
we'll be paving.
So I think what you would probably want to do is probably set up a public hearing for your first meeting in February or March, however you want to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That way, we've made our commitment to the town.
Mhm.
And that gives them.
Yeah, and then that puts our plan in place, ready to rock and roll.
Alright, so we need to set up a meeting.
Public hearing where you're sharing the project with the town. They're not approving it. You just need to inform them of it.
And listen to any concerns they may.
Correct. Take the feedback back to the board, make a final decision.
And once we have the hearing, that would be when we do the vote, and that gives us also an opportunity to think about it ourselves for a little bit longer too. Okay,
Can it be part of our school board meeting?
Yeah, what you can do is you can do your public hearing right at the,
Beginning.
open the
Beginning.
meeting, go into a public hearing, hold your public hearing, close the public hearing, go about your work, and then under board business, you can bring up the decision or however you want to do it, just bring it up to vote as part of your agenda. Like, you don't have to do it right after the public hearing. If you do it later in your meeting, you're good.
So that would be February 11th. Is that enough time notice wise?
Depends on the posting, because it has to be
7
publicly
days.
posted 7 days in a locally circulated newspaper. Maria knows all that. So that, I mean, it's a month
Yep.
away, or less than a little
So
less
is that
than a
enough
month.
time then? For you?
Well, it
Notice?
doesn't take that long to draft a notice. I mean, I get the language from you guys anyway. For the public, we've got public hearing template,
Okay,
you know, what you want to discuss.
so our board meeting generally starts at 6. Do we want to do that at 5?
No, I would post it right, open your board meeting, and then at 6:01, start your public hearing. And when
I'm just
everyone's
thinking about
done,
keeping everybody here
Yep.
late if we did it
Yep.
earlier.
basically, I mean, you're gonna start your public hearing, you're gonna state why you're having a public hearing, and then, have the information
Mhm.
available. I don't know if anyone will show up, but,
Exactly.
I mean, it could be a
Yeah.
2-minute thing.
it could,
Right?
it could.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're not looking to raise any more money or spend any more money.
We're
And you've been
looking,
named
already
as the
have.
agents.
Okay, so then we'll just make it part of the board meeting. then.
Yep.
For 6 o'clock. That in my, so I remember. Is everybody okay with that? That work for everybody?
hopefully happens, because that's pretty exciting.
That's good stuff.
All right.
You know, I'm looking forward to it.
I know. Well, I always thought that if we ever did pave, it would be when they were doing School Street, so.
Yeah.
It would just make sense to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Who knew it
everyone's,
was gonna be this summer?
Right, yeah.
well, some of our roads are really starting to blow up this winter, so, and, School Street is really starting to,
Yeah.
look a little ragged. So it's
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, is there anything else we need to do? Do we need to vote on having a public hearing?
You do not.
We don't do it.
No, you don't wanna do any voting till after the
Okay.
public hearing.
I just wanna make sure that to have it, we need to do that. All right. When did we wanna talk about warrant articles? Cause
Whenever you would
like, do we need to set up a special meeting? Do we need to, can we do it tonight?
You can do it tonight, I mean, because, you've had so much discussion, and do we really want 30,000, or do we want just the
Mhm.
1 year, 15, 16, 17, or whatever? Do we wanna raise and appropriate from those? So you guys have those, so you can go through them and decide on each one, whether you approve or don't, because what's gonna happen is if you tonight vote on them and say, we're in support of, that goes into the DRA portal, and then when the budget committee has their hearing, that's the final that, then I can get the warrant and everything ready for.
Cause the tentative, date that they talked about at our last meeting was, February 10th.
That's the last day for our articles, right? Or
We
is
have
that
to
the day
have
that
them, we have to have them for the public hearing.
the public hearing?
Yeah,
You have to have, them, but the last day is usually like 2 or 3 days before that, right?
There's
that
usually
they
like
cut it.
the second Tuesday or something.
in
February.
Yeah, February
For
10th
town-
with a
for town
snow date
traditional
or
town.
weather date of the 11th, which is our school board meeting, so we'd have to figure something out if we have to use that.
The town and the school actually have different dates on
Hmm.
their final date, but we've gone with the
Yeah,
town
it's-
one and done one of these, and hope nobody's gonna do a petition, because then you just have to have another. meeting.
So, if we didn't do it tonight, we'd have to set up a meeting before then, is what I'm just trying to get it. Is everybody okay with going over warrant articles tonight? Discussing them? Does anybody want to wait and make a special meeting?
I think we could go over.
I mean, it's
Pretty straightforward.
it's pretty straightforward. It's the retaining ones.
I'll go print them, they were at the back of your budget.
Let's
thing,
just
but
get
I'll
it done.
print them for you.
Yeah.
So if you want to continue on,
I brought mine,
actually, I'll wait for your budget forum discussion.
but that's what we were in.
Oh, is that what, well, we have budget
Oh,
development, and then we have
development.
budget public forum discussion, so.
But, it was asking me if we could cut any more out of our budget.
I knew that
Just-
was coming.
I know, I'm just bringing it up because it was asked of me. I said I didn't think so, because we cut so much last year, that a lot of what's in this year is making up for all those cuts last year, as far as like what we needed for student and teaching them, so, but I'm bringing it up.
No.
Okay. Yes. I mean, that's how I handled it, but I don't know if anybody else on the board has any thoughts on it. If there are none,
And
then-
then
I don't have my budget, so I'd like my budget in front of me before we chitter chatter about it.
the concern is coming from the bond being gone and there not being enough. They're feeling like there's not enough reduction in to reflect that.
right. but
That is
we-
a concern.
But, and I explained to him that, if you went over the numbers that, Jane had given them, we're only up $40,000 without the bond. Or 42,000, something like that.
But last
So
year,
then we
when you were-
incorporated all the CBA money into this budget. 40,000 over.
Correct.
So,
but last year and the year before, we go, that bond's over, and then you'll see it go down.
well, theoretically it has, yeah. I mean, we're
But
under
when you
than
have,
we
but
were
when you
last.
have to throw the word in theoretically,
But if you if you recognize everything that goes up in our budget every year, the CBAs, all this stuff we have no control over. Our budget being up $40,000 is pretty good, I think, without the bond.
I would agree if we didn't use the lingo we've used the last few years of when that bond's gone. That shouldn't have been a lingo that was used if we weren't gonna have the budget reflect that bond being gone.
But it also,
And I do think the budget looks great. I do think the budget looks great, but I do hear what people are saying. I do understand that piece because
yeah, but
really
our
isn't.
budget doesn't reflect the revenue that's coming in this next year either. So I think it's the burden to the taxpayer is gonna be lower than it has been because the bond is gone and because we have this extra revenue.
That needs to be the focus.
Thank you.
I mean, we basically, I understand,
Yeah,
and I understand what you're saying, April.
yeah.
Thank you.
I understand what I got confused
Mhm.
with the budget a little bit. If we did not have Winchester coming, our budget would be $464,000 less.
Yeah,
And then it is,
Because we don't
then it is
appropriate.
because we didn't have to appropriate the 464 coming in from Winchester. So
right.
when I hear the 41,000 up, because it was 181 for the CBA, right? And our payment minus the state money was like 250 and change, because we were getting somewhere around 400,000. 463, so basically the 463 and then the 464 from Winchester is a wash. That number is, they're even.
Right,
There's also the 50-something thousand for the support staff, CBA.
right.
On top of the 180.
Right, so that's a 225,000. Right, yeah, and but I was confused I was trying to follow, and obviously I've been up a lot of hours that day, but trying to follow where the budget committee was going.
Mhm.
Then I understood, then I looked at it, then I jumbled the numbers in my head, and then I was confused again. I mean, it would be $464,000 less if we didn't have Winchester coming, and that's money that we're not,
I thought it was multiple pages, I'm
I
sorry.
just don't know,
I did the same
I didn't
thing.
pass,
comb through it some more, I mean,
thought it was all for me.
They're not saying that they don't like our budget.
Mhm.
They're just.
I like our budget.
yeah.
Yeah, I like our budget.
I think it's impressive when you look at it, and I think like when you really break it down and you look at the amount of people that are employed, when you look at the amount of items that are needed, when you look at the light bill, the heating bill, when you look at everything that comes into this building, it is impressive. And then when I look back, like when they were saying it, and I was sitting here and I was trying not to, and I was like writing things down. I wish I had my budget, because I was writing it all down. I'm like, what? Like, no, yes, no. Yeah, I was just, and then I'm thinking like, right, like the words that we have been using to get them to understand where we're coming from, and the lingo that we're using is, yes, that warrant article, but then it was like, we almost spent that warrant article, or not the warrant article, sorry, the bond, we almost spent that, like, we didn't save really anything. We spent it.
But that's not how it works. is
But
that-
I know, but that's how
It looks
it's,
like
that's right,
it,
that's
but we
how
didn't
it
spend
looks.
it.
Right, that's how it looks, and so it's like, I guess I felt really good until that meeting. And then I was like, uh-oh, I don't know how I feel. So I'm not against it, but I'm just like, I do want us to like sit down, look at it, go over it again. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we feel good about it and we understand it and we're really combing through it again and just making sure that we are where we have to be.
Mhm.
I was kind of brainstorming the other day about the, as this time goes on and us trying to build a budget that looks like we're doing a good job. And then also to separate we have to raise an appropriate, can we do a second article for the money coming in from Winchester? Saying that it'll be this number of the enrolled students with the tuition. This money, and it'll be paid for by the town of Winchester in tuition. So that separates that number, because as that number keeps getting bigger and gets up to $1 million, people who don't read and understand, don't read into it, don't understand that we have to get permission to spend that money, even though it's not coming from them, from the taxpayers. So it would separate, so that the actual number, our budget side of it, Hinsdale side is its own number, and then the money coming in being paid for by Winchester's tuition agreement would be paid for 100% by the Winchester's tuition agreement, would then completely change what that number looks like.
You would be better to present rather, because you don't want to muck up your warrant article, and then DRA likes to see the prescribed language, and you could put other stuff, but sometimes what happens, and you guys don't have a deliberative, so it's not quite the same.
Right.
If you were an SB2, people will change the intent without changing the intent, and they're too much. But you're better like to, if, in order to have the taxpayers understand, and I might not be the right one to do it, but to put your revenue up. Like I actually have, I have a worksheet that I have in here, and I think you guys have it in your thing that I titled it estimated revenues forum. So I basically go through and say, okay, here's what I estimate our revenues to be. And then on the same side, we know what we're estimating our operating expenses, because I actually have that appropriations page. So with that appropriations page, it adds in your warrant articles, it adds in your operating budget. So you see everything all in, and then you'll see estimated for revenues. The hard part is you had $677,000 unassigned fund balance last year that reduced your taxes. If you have zero this year, you're already $677,000 more that you're charging people. It's very hard. We do, we can't play the way the town can and say, well, we're gonna keep this much and put this much. It doesn't work that way, where they can kind of level it, they can't. And
Our numbers are
so
number.
much. Our numbers are number. But I definitely, like, I have it's a simplified sheet for the forum, but then there's one that's more in depth that does the year to year. So if you were to look at 25-26, which is what's submitted and our taxes are based on, and what I've estimated for 26-27, it kind of gives you that difference. So you can see, are we going to lose money in revenue? Yes, at the moment. I don't know what the fund balance is going to be. You have a drop in adequacy. That was in one of those documents that I gave you that's right from the state. Like that's their little trick sheet that they did that I just put in. It's just, there's so many factors to it.
So, and then last year's, no, we don't have this number, but I want to say it was somewhere around 137,000 with the old CBA, 137, 141.
Yeah, the
last year. So, and then this year's first one's 181.
for the for
CBA.
year 3 for the HSSA, the 26-27 estimated amount was $51,699, and for the teachers, which would be year 2, which is year 26-27, was $181,597. So those have already been voted in. Those are, we start at 0, those go up.
But what our operating budget this year is operating on year 1 of the CBA, right?
The current year is on year 1, yes.
Year 1 of the CBA.
Our budgeting year is on year 2 of the teachers, 3 of the support staff. And that's where I went through to provide the budget committee, like, yes, are we spending some of that 650,000? All, everything was even. You guys voted for it. Like, I can't control those. Those are added costs you voted for.
Just 464,000 of that, but that bond payment gone is the 464,000 of estimated tuition coming in from Winchester.
Yeah, 481,850.
481,
Yeah,
850.
and that may go up because there's a couple I didn't know about.
But I mean, that right there, that ate up 2/3 of that bond number was to appropriate the number of the first round of kids coming from Winchester. So that left us less than 200,000. It left us 200,000 to have that number look like it's just there still, like it. that-
Yeah, and that's why last year I kind of gave you that, hey, it's great, the bond's going away, but.
Yeah, no, and I understand that,
And then
it's-
you were right on that one, you knew that cold,
yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
still hanging there, like.
yeah, I mean, it
it's
looks like we spent it, but really,
But no, right.
but not. And that's where the confusion's gonna be, and I do agree with you, Kendra, I really do believe that we need to comb this budget, not to so much say we're gonna go cut more, but we need to be ready. We need to be ready, we can't do what we did last year. We gotta be ready for whatever question, like, that whole chaos back and forth. It went so smooth and then it didn't, I wanna be ready to trump the budget committee per se. If they do wanna stand up and throw that number, that question at the end, I want us to be ready with a rebuttal and why it is the way it is, and all of us feel very, very confident that we know that we're all on the same page, which we have to be. We send the budget forward, we need to be behind it as a team, as a whole board. We need to know it too. And I wouldn't mind to sit down and go through it again and just so that we know the ins and outs, so that we know what we're going up against. Cause it could go through easily again, or it could be a nightmare. I don't think it's gonna be an between.
One thing I think we could rest our hat on is we have a 2.5% decrease. All the communities around us, except for Winchester, all have increases. We're having an increase in the number of students who are enrolling, and those communities around us who are increasing their budgets have a decrease. There's gotta be something going right,
Yeah. I
and
know.
still in the right direction. Because the budget we've laid out for you is the one that we believe we need in order to operate.
And I'm not saying I wanna cut anymore, I'm saying I just wanna know it. I want us all to know it.
And I can understand that communities around us have an increase, but I don't necessarily think that a lot of these people in our community are thinking that when they just opened up their tax bill and their taxes went up again. So I think like it's just us putting that little bit, I mean, we're here for multiple reasons, but I think it's just putting that little bit of extra work in and being like, okay, just like last year, we went through it, we combed through it, we paid attention, we made sure that we did the best that we could, and we heard them, we're gonna go through it again, we're gonna make sure we only found $3,000 we could cut, it's not really gonna make any difference, we left it, we didn't do anything, or we found this, but at this point, like, just to ease, I guess, my mind, I just would feel better if we went through it one more time, solid one more time, and then
So do we wanna set up a meeting for next week?
be good.
Yeah,
Sound reasonable?
yeah, I think I would like to.
Does that work for you guys?
But I would ask if you were going to do that, if you go back to the budget books that I gave you and kind of go through, we kind of did this before, I think my first year here. What do we want people to see? So what is clear for you, or how can I make it clearer so that we can kind of have those questions answered ahead of time? So if you do have a meeting, if we can kind of have an eye towards, what would you like me to have that people see?
Because we need to set up a forum, date too.
We didn't do a forum last year. I don't know if that helped or hurt.
No, we did not.
No,
I thought we did.
nope.
No, it was the year before.
Yeah, year
Okay,
before we did.
it all blends together. So let's just do that now, so we can get that on the books. If we do,
Oh.
okay,
Stuck in my own hair over here, pulling my hair.
if we do our budget meeting next week. I mean, and then if we did the public forum the week before the public hearing, it would be fresh in people's minds for the public hearing is my thought process. Versus like doing it a couple weeks before. I don't know how everybody feels about the first week of February.
So that like kind of gives you like every week kind of thing. I don't
I
know.
know.
I mean, part of my looking at it is, would you want your public forum after the budget hearing? Because that's when the minds that have seen everything, weighed everything, have made up their mind, and then for us to explain so that if the voters want to understand what their elected boards have come up with, we can then explain it and have the final numbers that are going to show up on the ballot.
Just, we did it before the.
Yeah, it's
town
always been
meeting
done
here
before, yeah.
Versus the public
Yeah.
hearing, okay.
Then it's a
Yeah,
good question.
I do like
That
that,
works.
and then we can also be prepared with what we might hear at the budget hearing. We can be prepared to emphasize on those points that were hammered on,
Yeah.
if they
That's
were
exactly.
at the hearing.
So we could do the public forum the end of February or the beginning of March.
I would say end of February.
Probably like the third week, only because you got vacations that last week.
It'd have to be done before the 20th of February,
I'm literally going to Disney, so.
or we could do it the week of.
I'll see you there and I'll be with her.
I'll hide in the suitcase.
Now we don't have a quorum, so there it goes.
So Jane, the week of the 16th through the 20th?
That is open.
Okay.
Yeah, that last week there, the 21st through the 28th.
Okay.
In February for the public forum.
I would be incommunicado and probably not checking my emails for the
Yeah.
first time in a long time.
All right, let's set up. Well, then. Our budget meeting, let's set that up for next week. I have nothing Tuesday.
Let me go back to January here. Oh crap. Okay, so budget meeting for what day?
I have nothing Tuesday on my calendar currently. Monday is Martin Luther King Day.
That would mean that all of our questions would have to be to Jane by Friday.
Mhm.
Early in the morning, so
Early
that
in the
she
morning.
can notify the teachers to have them in,
Have answers?
or yeah, not teachers,
It'll
but
do that
faculty.
It'll be, I mean, but they have their hand on the pulse.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
figure out.
The admins, because they gather everything up from them and move from there, so.
I'll just try to think of giving them time, okay. If you
And
can-
also, if you guys can kind of think about at that time too, what, as we go through that evening, what works, what doesn't work for, I don't wanna you guys get a ton of information. And we'll have that posted online. I just don't wanna inundate people at a meeting, because they're gonna get very confused. You
I
guys
also-
work with this all the time.
Thursday, if Thursday's better than Tuesday.
I get confused and work with it all the time, and I still get confused.
Thursday be better.
Yeah, I have Thursday.
Thursday, 22nd for you.
Yep, that'll be fine. I mean, as long as it
We'll do
ain't
that for
snowing,
our budget meeting.
and then I'll just pull into
Well,
the
can you look
plug.
at
We
the
don't
weather
have-
right now?
Yes, that don't matter.
It'll change.
The only
Are you
person
serious?
who's,
You look at the weather 24/7.
the only
or read
person more
something.
wrong than husband in a
One year.
relationship is a
Just
meteorologist.
like
Personal,
when I-
yeah, too.
Thursday work for you guys? The 22nd, Davis?
That would be amazing.
Thursday, the 22nd? Just
You
can't
need
wait,
us?
right? Yeah, or not, for me, probably. Does it work for you guys?
Which one?
No,
what day
worst
is it?
case scenario, I'll just come and park the truck. I'm sure I'll be able to make it work.
22nd? Yeah, we figured it.
Looks sunny.
Do you wanna do it like right at 5, so that can you do it at 5?
I can do anytime. I'm wide open, so. For you,
Yeah,
that work, is 5 better?
Works for me.
Okay,
5's great.
Let's
One
do
less
5.
hour
right?
to work.
All right, so the January 22nd at 5,
sounds good.
we'll meet. And then we could either set the public forum now, we can wait. and do it.
Yeah, and that's gonna be February? The 16th through the
Well,
20th?
we're gonna have another school board meeting before we do the public
Yeah.
forum, so I would say let's do it at the next
till
one,
it's
so it's
closer.
fresh in the minutes.
Yeah, and then
But you
we
need
can-
a schedule to be able to put it out, right? Or no?
we can verify when the
7
that
days, right?
notice.
when the public hearing is, so that it's after the
Oh.
public hearing, but before vacation.
Right.
Yeah, February.
February 11th is our meeting.
But
and
that won't be enough time. she'd have to put it out,
Right.
that
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
be
don't
enough
wanna
time.
wait till that.
We
meeting.
can't wait till that to schedule it.
Okay,
For what?
we can do it now.
Because it has to be 7 days and our school board meeting's on the 11th, and so if she would post it on the 12th, it wouldn't be enough time if we did it on that following Wednesday. It's cutting it too close if we do it if we schedule it the week of the 11th.
Plus, we probably want a new mailer and everything.
So do you wanna do it, do you wanna stick to the Wednesday, the 18th? February 18th?
Theoretically, I have a budget committee
that.
meeting that
Okay.
night, that night,
You have a budget,
theoretically.
Okay.
but that could be good, like, cause they could attend if they, I don't know.
Just saying, theoretically, I have that's like the ongoing monthly.
Do you wanna do
Time.
Tuesday the 17th, since we're already here for a personnel committee meeting?
That works for me too.
That would be good.
Mhm.
Okay. So
And we could cut into it, since our meeting's at 4:30, maybe we have a public hearing at 5:30.
5:30?
Mhm.
oh my
And then
gosh.
it's one less trip for everybody,
Right,
or one less late night for everybody.
right on.
And where is this gonna be?
We'll do it in the gym like we did
Okay.
last year, like
And
the year
at-
before rather.
At what time?
5:30 is what the suggested time.
You're putting that on our handy dandy calendar, Kendra? Thank you.
Oh gosh, February
And then budget season will be over.
February 17th, right?
The 17th,
17th.
Yeah, okay.
5:30.
Season will be here.
Yeah, well.
Okay,
Okay.
so we did the budget, we did the public forum. We should be all set.
All right.
So
Cool.
do we wanna do warrant articles next?
Holy moly.
next week then, or do we wanna do?
Yeah, let's do,
Do it the budget meeting?
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
asking.
let's do it at the budget meeting and then we can get these
We
guys
can
out of
move
here.
on, yes.
We can move along.
Okay,
Just, I feel like there's gonna be more conversation.
sounds good. I'm good with that. All right. Annual district meeting discussion.
Oh, sorry, I was on that. Okay.
We need to discuss it. Coming up, do we
Coming
know
up.
what it is?
It'll be here.
Yes.
We know it, March 14th.
Oh, let me put
One
that
second.
in my
I
calendar.
put that in my calendar yesterday,
I did. March, what'd you just say?
14th.
March 14th?
14th, so I suspect we should probably start hanging around the gym. 11, 10, something like that.
I'll be here all morning.
Town meeting. Town meeting day.
Yeah, cause we're second this time.
Yeah, we're
huh?
second. I'll be there all day, so.
Oh, so we don't,
March 14th.
how do we know when to start?
Theoretically, we're supposed to start at 10 for a certain amount of time after the town meeting.
At the
Yeah.
conclusion of,
What time's the town meeting start?
Come for breakfast.
To
I don't know, I always get there for 8. I think it starts at 9. 8:39, I don't know, can't remember.
I think I get, I think it's like,
It'll be in the town book when we get it.
I don't know which is worse.
March 14th.
Yes.
Whew, wow, that calendar's really
Filling up.
Filling up.
Second Saturday.
Budget season.
Holy smokes, all right.
All right, next was school board evaluation. So in the packet, you should have
Yeah.
gotten the evaluation.
Fill it out.
If we can have them to David or Maria by the, what did I write? The 2nd, then we'll have the results tabulated for the February 11th meeting, or February 11th school board meeting. That works for everybody.
I think we wanted SLT, whatever Marie said.
Yep, she just does.
We talked about it, I can't remember what we said, but she put it out in an email, I
Can we put
saw
our
it.
name on it?
We're good.
You know,
We
it
don't
doesn't
have to,
spot
because it's
for
gonna be
name.
a tabulated.
Did you, oh, you have copies? Who needs paper copies?
I have
We,
to tell you, I read, like, there was like 4 questions in there that were just repeats. I'm like, we could probably get rid of a couple of them.
yeah. Policy committee, that needs to go.
Or, no. Yeah,
Paul.
Frank put it on the email, but thank you.
The policy
There
committee
was a couple of them I didn't. Answer.
could look at it and revamp it maybe. A little.
Okay, we don't write our own names on them, but if I'm thinking about a specific board member, I write their name.
Should we write our names on it? I didn't know,
It's supposed to be overall.
yeah, nobody's gonna see the, I didn't write my name on it, should I? Oh. Do I put my name on it or not?
No,
Oh, all right.
no, it's a different matter.
It's in blue
Alright,
pen. Everybody do it in blue pen. Okay.
next.
All right, calendar, draft calendar
Yes.
for next year.
We have it in front of you, as you know, we follow Brad because of our CTE programming. Which is the only off week is that week in April. Off week for some, not for others. It's, we go the third week of April on vacation, which is the 19th, as opposed to the 26th. However, we're in line with, the rest of the state on all of the other,
So February vacations.
the last week of February. Yep. And then, Christmas is once again, quite a long time,
Mhm.
a week and a half.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a half day on December 23rd
Yeah, I
in the
was
academic calendar.
I didn't even ask
I think
for
somebody
it.
may have started a trend,
I was gonna ask why.
because it's December 23rd. It is, we also added 4 highlighted days, September 23rd, October 28th, March 17th, and May 19th. For early releases for dedicating professional development in line with our strategic plan. And so our understanding was the history of early releases was not well received because it got to be Tuesday and everyone was like, what are we doing tomorrow? We actually will have programming square for all of our teachers, our admin, and our paras for those 4 early release days. That will be actually an actual program that's derived from the strategic plan. And it will be published before the year starts, so people won't have to wonder what they're doing on that Wednesday. And that way, since paras are paid for the full day, let's use,
Right.
that's, because we don't have enough PD time with paras
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So this
that's
gives
always
us
been
more,
the
an equivalent of 2 additional days for
conversation.
our learning with our paraprofessionals.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
That's super
That
great.
works
Oh my
out.
goodness.
And we're gonna build the Winchester calendar off of what you decide on our academic calendar, which means that we'll start school on the same day. Which means we're gonna do academic convocation with both school districts.
We're gonna need a bigger place.
We are,
Wow.
we gotta put our heads together,
Oh
so, yeah,
That'll be fun.
that's gonna be great. It dawned on me last Friday when I was driving home, and I texted Karen, I was like,
gonna be
4:07.
That's so
I'm
good.
like, I know what we're doing next year. So we'll have 2 more
We're so
student speakers.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
We just gotta figure out where that can do it. So,
Right.
I wanna get Jameson, I'm working on that, think about where we can have a big convocation for all the staff on the first day of school. We'll talk,
Yeah.
some creative ideas.
With the gym.
Hey, David, you might want to look at Keene State Mabel Brown Room.
Why you scare me every time?
Sorry.
Not expecting it to come from a
I just worry about having everybody drive that
Mhm.
distance, Patty.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, just because
Yeah.
that's a big area, so they might be able to accommodate everybody.
Hard,
And we-
well, worried about gymnasiums because they get so stinking hot in there. Lord knows the kind of weather we're gonna have in August 20, whatever it is.
We do have new fans in the gym, huh?
We could test that out.
Just saying.
I also thought of
Oh, yeah.
looking at a big old tent. You know, like a big wedding tent.
Yeah.
So we have
I feel like a neutral place would be nice.
Yeah.
Like not here and.
Yeah, we can't do
Yeah.
town hall, it's not.
The
gonna be big
state
enough.
shit. Right at the Hinsdale Winchester line.
On top of that.
So we'll put our heads together, we'll
Maybe a
think
hotel
about
in
it,
Brad.
and that's,
Conference room at a
What we
hotel
really
in
want.
Brad.
I
Yeah.
was like, we're going on a trip.
so. Other than that, no other surprises on this academic calendar, nothing that has been changed. We're still doing new teacher orientation. For 3 days, we have our 3 days of PD build-up, district day, school day, and classroom day. We still have all of our parent-teacher conferences that are highlighted. And then we, of course, have the 5 days, as I like to call it, the 35 hours. I'm gonna start using
Mhm.
the new language, 35 additional hours of snow makeup time, even though we don't need it. But
Even
it's there.
That's
So anything that I missed, team, because we worked on it
No, we
last
want to
month.
keep it in the.
No, but thank you for approving. Thank you for being.
I thought we talked about.
Oh my God, and I think it's so great for the paras.
Yeah.
We've been wanting this
So
for a while.
great.
About the March PD.
Right. but I
That's
thought that
awesome.
Did you
Oh,
have something?
I thought we had
Yeah.
talked about,
Okay, let's go one at a time.
sorry,
Holy smokes.
you're right, yes.
Anna,
Anna?
We had talked about not observing President's Day on the 15th. Because the contract says they can observe it, they can be paid for it during break. Yep, we did talk about that. That's what we did this year.
was I was cooking French toast.
What
Might have
month
been.
is that?
Cooking French toast.
You might have.
Yeah, we had breakfast
Fe-
that day.
February?
I literally was cooking French toast.
We were working.
February?
We're working hard.
So, lead
So
the
the
conversation,
15th?
please, Anna, what are we doing?
The teachers and the para's contract says that they can be paid for President's Day during one day of February break. So instead of having a 40-week right before a break, we can have school on what is actually President's Day, and the paras can be paid for one of the days during February break, which I think is better for the kids and also does something for the paras, because it's
Wait, what? I'm confused.
better for the kids to be in school.
It's what we're doing this year.
Yeah.
We don't have President's Day off.
So if you are.
It's like giving the pairs of
Every
vacation
party
days
has a Yeah,
if they get paid for.
Okay.
So the 15th of February, they'd be in school actually.
Correct.
Okay, I'm good with that.
so like this year, we also have a full week of school the week before break, even though it's President's Day on the Monday.
Right.
Did you capture that, Miss Maria?
Every party does have a Cooper, but I,
I don't know why I'm not understanding it. So you want school that day, but the parents will still get paid for that day because you're just gonna.
they get paid for one day during break
So they'll
instead.
have 4 days off, they'll have all 5 days off, but they'll get paid for one day
Mhm.
during the break.
Which typically,
Instead of missing the day.
And they'll
And then
also
having
get
5
paid
more
for the
days
day
off?
school's open.
So they're not,
Right.
they're not missing anything.
No.
So that would
They gain actually. a day.
change the end date to June 15th.
okay, I take it back.
So you did ruin something.
Instead of June 16th, it would be June 15th.
Okay, so, hold on.
That's better.
Oh, yeah, it makes it early.
I thought you were adding.
You were adding it.
Okay, so we're taking away Washington's birthday.
And the other
Sorry.
presidents. Abe the bearded Day.
Presidents.
Sorry, George.
Wow, that's not how it's listed on here.
Well, civil rights.
Yeah,
Day,
because-
civil rights
All right.
Day, too.
And then June 15th would be the projected last day.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, but I couldn't.
And I assume
that.
teachers had time for input.
Oh, ample.
Was there
Maria?
any?
Ample time, teachers and
Yeah, I
parents.
emailed the unions, so.
Yeah,
Nothing came
before-
back?
Before break, April.
Yeah.
I spoke with the para union, they were all for the early release, they're appreciative.
Mhm. Perfect. On therapist. Opportunity.
Agreed.
Okay, do we need to approve this? We need to approve it with the changes?
Were there other conversations that, I heard 5 people speak up, so was it all about President's Day?
same
Yeah, we all get
Hey, that's good. JT Smooth, you good?
All of them.
Good. I'll be here, whatever they say.
Whatever it is.
I'll be here when there's school.
Yeah.
Right on. Great, yes, so if we
Okay.
could have approval, that'd be awesome, 'cause then we
So-
can get it out.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion on it? All those in
No.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Please, God, no.
Please, no.
Okay, so approved. All right, and then we have first readings of IKFG
Among
And
others.
among others.
Go ahead, Kendra.
How did I know? How dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry, Kendra. We moved through them rather quickly because there was not anything in here that's very
You know
controversial.
what, I'm out of here.
Don't be out of here.
You can't be out of here, we don't.
So,
That's what happened when I left.
you'll become the chair of something.
All right, so these are all, the ones we got today are all first readings,
These are
so
all first reads.
we'll all read them for the next
The
meeting.
key is BGAA, this
Where
first
did
one
mine
here.
go?
Okay, on the handout
By
today.
adopting this one, we'll be eliminating 4 others at the end of your packet.
Okay,
It's a consolidation and a rewrite of 4 policies, BGA, BGB, BGC, and BGE. And it says that in the caption for each of those policies.
Okay.
So the policy committee's recommendation was to adopt BGAA and eliminate those other four, make our policy manual a little lighter.
Sure was.
Right, Kendra?
Yes.
Yeah, all of the others are pretty self-explanatory. There were just some minor corrections. There were a couple of complete revisions because they either had fallen by the wayside or the law had completely changed.
Mhm.
And there's one that was reviewed because it ended up on my list. And I didn't write down who wanted to review it. It's JICL, School District Internet Access for Students. It has not been looked at in 15 years, but it hasn't been revised in 15 years. It's still the same policy on the School Board Association website. So we didn't make any changes because there weren't any recommendations. So what we will end up doing is, once we get through, this closes out all of the policies that we were supposed to look at up until the end of the first semester. We made it. We just got the book in for the policies for the second semester, much shorter, believe if you can believe that. And then we're gonna turn to all policies that haven't been reviewed in the past 10 years.
Mhm.
So by summer, we'll be
Caught up.
pretty well caught up. We're close to being caught up.
Yeah.
We're in great shape by summer. Great shape. So that's what those are. Those are first reads for all of us to enjoy between now and our Feb. 11th.
We need a motion to accept these as a first reading as a group.
I'll make the motion to accept these as the first reading.
I'll
as a
second it.
group.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Right.
Any opposed? So moved. Other business. Do you want, never mind. I'm overthinking.
When did you have something?
For yours,
Report.
yes.
Yeah, we're not doing our report, so yeah.
Yes, so right here, the first page of the general ledger, catastrophic aid.
Revenue side, yeah.
The budget is 158,116, range to date 1,710,000. I'm just looking like that and it's showing us negative 981.49%.
What was wrong on that one?
That's why I was wondering.
I'll take a look.
Okay.
I have one, yes.
And then. The supplies, right, regular and middle, high,
Okay,
so. I'm not sure what,
right.
oh, okay, so this would be page 2.
General ledger,
Yeah,
page 2.
yeah. The budget line was 0, expenditure was 2146. Is that a line we should look at in our budget this time, because we didn't budget anything for it? And we're over by 2146.
I'll go in and see what was charged to it.
Okay,
That should go to 1126 probably, but I'll take a look and see what that is.
Is that the supplies regular ed?
Yeah.
high?
That's probably should go to 1126. That's been expended a little bit once in the last week.
and the last one is page 8. that I had, it's the advisor's stipend, the 17.6 was the line. We overspent it by $5,250.
Wait, where did you say that line was?
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom. Advisors. thing.
Oh, yep, I see it.
Showing negative 78.3.
That is probably because people have not caught up with budget changes. If you remember, we broke those out to a 1,400 and a 1,420 because they were not listed correctly in accordance with the state chart of accounts. So you had advisors for groups and clubs, and then you had coaches. So I'll have to go back through and make sure that they've been separated when we got this stuff in.
All right,
So, no, good catch on those.
okay.
I usually wait till February before I dive in.
I was just
But no, that's perfect.
my page turning number of
No,
pages that I
appreciate
like.
it. Yeah, I go through and go negative, 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 what's going on, what's going on, what's going on.
All right. Any other business? Committee reports.
Yes, so I totally blew off my facilities one because I was in a DCYF meeting and my phone was in the truck. My bad. Sorry about
Three
that,
of
Nate.
us were, we had
I am
grand.
super sorry. I came out to my truck and it was already over.
Oopsies.
I didn't wear my googly things, but I distracted Nate the entire time just in case you needed me to.
Budget, we are in the process. I know the budget committee is meeting. What here is today? 14th. I think we're meeting next Wednesday. Community connections, we're posting. Facilities. Was there anything in the facilities? I missed.
Nate did a ton of work for it.
Yeah, it was, I'm just trying to think, I don't have it right in front of me right now, but I think the one highlight that I wanted to mention was that we did have our initial kickoff meeting with Affinity Lighting, and that they gave us an update on where we're at. So over February break, we're going to have a meeting with the contractor and the project manager from Affinity. They're gonna come out, and then we're gonna work on some some stuff for like where we're gonna start. They're thinking that they're going to start the project late spring, early summer. Thank you. And they're thinking that each school is gonna take between 5 and 7 weeks to complete.
Oh,
So,
we're gonna have to work around that.
yes, I just thought about, I thought about that because they did say that they're gonna be supplying a dumpster and they're gonna be supplying a Connex box for storage for the stuff. So I'll just have to work with you guys to make sure that it's not on pavement or going to be.
Well, one of the good things is the regular high school parking lot is gonna be it'll be being used as like staging and stuff, but you'll still have that
Okay.
whole. And we'll just have to work around whether we get the elementary school done first or after that project.
And we're gonna have camps and summer school. and all
Well,
sorts of
we
things.
can, I believe we were thinking about, we were planning on starting the high school first. Just depending on when I guess it depends on when the contractor is going to be able to start the job. And we wanted to start that sooner.
Because their day ends earlier.
That's what it was, is that we were thinking that if the project starts when school is still in session, then at least they can get into the high school earlier.
That working nights.
Yeah,
Yep. They'll work.
they're gonna work nights.
That'll get rid of that traffic during the day for us, as long as we know, we'll just want to work around it.
Yeah,
They said what, 10-hour shifts or something?
They might be
yeah,
just-
they were saying 12.
12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So if they start at 2:33, they will be here till 2:33.
yeah, so it's just gonna be, and when you mentioned the whole thing about, possibly doing the paving, I was, in my mind, I was thinking like, where are we gonna put the stuff? We'll make it happen.
We'll figure it out.
Right.
All worlds.
We're making it.
Right, yeah.
It'll work.
We're gonna,
The George world's coming.
other than that, I think that was like the major portion of it. That was the main one that I wanted to talk about, just give you an update where we're at
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff
Good to
happening.
hear.
Yes, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, a lot
of
of
coordination.
That's all right, we'll get it.
Yes, we will.
All right, HASP.
We just had our meeting and Marion talked about having 135 elementary school students enrolled, 109 middle school students enrolled. She talked about I don't know how she said it, but the GPRA, which is, the what? GEPRA, which is the state's way to measure the program's success. They came in the elementary level is doing great, they're on point, the middle school needs a little work, but they're trucking along for it. They talked about, funding from the state level, how it was, taken out, put back in possibly, they'll find out.
they're waiting to hear about next year's funding, so she said, keep your fingers crossed. And Monadnock United Way is going to send over some interns for them, which is a pretty cool thing, so free work for them.
Nice. Legislation. I wrote down, the budget cap from the state was voted down, so
Mr. Was.
that's good news. And there's obviously a lot going on otherwise up there, so I did attend the meeting about advocacy or how you can get involved if you wanted to. There's different avenues. The school boards, Cindy, I wrote it down and I didn't write it down for the meeting. There's a website that anybody can go to, not just school board members, to get updates on all the legislation and what they're following and whatnot. So I was gonna try to make something up about that and maybe post it on Community Connections, which is, I can't remember what it's called, so I won't.
Okay.
I'll put it out though.
I think it's Democracy Plus. Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's what my association is using, and then they stated that the school board association was using the same program, so.
Oh, okay, so maybe it is. Yeah, they said that basically that gets updated even before like the government sites do sometimes, so. The most up-to-date information is on there about each legislation bill. Personnel committee, we didn't meet, we're meeting this month.
Yeah, I think you just said we haven't,
Definitely in February.
yes.
As for
It's the 11th, right?
January, we are scheduled to meet January 27th.
Yeah. That's what I got. Policy committee has been busy.
Policy's been going great. Our next group is, what is it, the 10-year one that hasn't been touched, Dr. Ryan? We're just trucking along.
We're cruising. We got the fall update
We're
that
cruising.
we're looking at next, and we'll see you again, the policy committee on the 11th at, I think we can do 5 o'clock that night.
I really love that.
We're there.
Select board.
Select board, I'll be going there and updating them, but we're gonna be moving forward with a possible bathing. And last week I was not there because I was cleaning up from the house fire that we had.
Tuition exploratory.
We have not met.
Wellness.
Well,
Wellness,
she is not well.
No, she is not.
Wellness is actually going to be the 28th. I cannot be here, so I'm not sure.
All right, let me text her right now, so she.
She might be sleeping. She tried to go to work today and they sent her home.
Yeah.
Kayla, yeah.
So I might see if
I know.
Brenton will step in.
Wellness, January 28th.
All right, and then citizens comment. I meant to do it under other business, but I just wanted to, let me find it. Congratulate Patty on being a finalist in the Special Education Administrator of the Year for the state of New Hampshire.
Thank you.
And you had said something about site visits. Did you get any more information on that?
Yep, they're doing the site visit on the 29th with a snow date on the 30th. I'm finalizing the schedule right now, and then I'll send it out. I'm hoping to
Okay.
send it out. I've sent it to them to make sure that they're okay with it. And then I will send it out to you guys, but it's the 29th.
Of January.
And
Yes.
did you need the school board to be there for that?
Yeah, there will be. Yeah, I do have one session with the school board, members. Yep.
Okay. And you'll give us the time as soon as you know.
Yep, and I want to say your time is at 1:45, but don't quote me on that. Let's put it that way.
Time for me.
And because that's actually what, because you said between 1 and 3 is the best time for you, so I made sure you guys were in the afternoon.
Oh, great. Perfect. All right, just email me.
Yep, will do. Thank you.
That's awesome, Patty. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I must have been the only one that emailed back.
No, I'd emailed back. I said I could do anytime. That wasn't as restrictive. All right, my agenda. Is there any citizens' comments? Nobody's here, nobody's online, so I assume no. Unless Patty has something.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay,
Type right up anyways.
all right, so, we need a motion to go into non-public.
I'll make motion to go into non-public
Under
Um,
A and C, please.
under A and C.
Second, sorry.
A roll call,
Wayne, yes.
Kendra, yes.
April, yes. Do we need, anybody to stay for non-public?
Only Jane.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Patty.
Gotta go.
I may.
But I
I'm gonna
always
do
know-
that one night.
I always know that the hand reaches out anyway.
Wait.
Maria? Maria, on that,
Thank you, everybody.
on that policy that was.
Bye, Jameson.
Paid at 8 to 1 to 8, there's one more K on that. There isn't two.
I'm gonna text her in the morning, she's gonna be later, will you remember?
I just haven't.
I will ask where she is when she
It's
doesn't
like,
show up.
it's like at the header, it's like the
Should be
title
Bobby.
area.
Again. Oh, there tonight. She'll be there in the morning. She'll be there.
She's so thrilled.
Yeah, she's probably happy to be
You see what I'm saying?
there.
Yeah.
Yep. It doesn't
She's not
matter,
doing
but I.
she's not happy when I tell her. No, it's like during break, she said, one day I had to go somewhere without her. I noticed.
I liked her picture of you.